Okay, and welcome to another Cooking with the Doctor. I know the last one was just a simple one. I've been saving this one for a while. I've been trying to do it, but for some reason my parents would always be in the house when I want to do this one. So finally, hopefully I get the chance to do it, because I really want to try it. So, we're going to be doing a rehash of pork chops, only instead of putting them in the deep fryer or in the frying pan, I'm going to be putting them in this bad boy. Now this thing, I only found this out recently. This here is like a, it's healthy, tasty, versatile, yeah. So basically you put stuff in this, it's like a microwave oven, almost like. It's like a oven, but it's almost like a microwave at the same time. And it cooks this stuff really good. I recommend you get one of these things. Just look at it so you know what it looks like. Get one of these things. Take pork chops, put it in this thing for around 30 minutes, and you're going to love it. So I'm going to show you how I prepare my pork chops so you'll know how to do it too. So here we go. First thing you're going to want is your onion. So here we go. Here's onion. Now I'm going to cut this up really tiny. So let me see if I can move this so you can see me cutting it. So basically, I'm going to take all of this and peel it off, obviously. Which is going to take a while because I don't have any fingernails, because I tend to chew them off when I'm nervous. So that's just That's just dandy. Anyway, I'm going to take all this and peel it. But just to show you, I'm going to take the onion, cut it like this. Then after I'm done cutting it all like that, I'm going to cut it like this as well. Like you take it, cut it like this, cut it up really tiny. I would say when you cut it, it should be about this size or smaller. That's a good size to have it. This size, so just continue cutting until all that is Next thing I got here is green peppers and red peppers. So I'm going to take it, cut it. This part's completely optional, you don't need this. I like to have that, so I decided to buy some just so I do it in the Cooking with the Doctor. And let me tell you, it is good, like really surprisingly good. So, let's cut all that out. And it doesn't matter if you get a couple seeds in your peppers, you know, that's fine. You won't really taste it. Anyway, so that's all fine and dandy. So, you're going to cut it about the size you would put it if you were making a homemade pizza or something. Speaking of which, we had one, like, I'd say a month ago, and it was really good. And I kind of wish I could have done a Cooking with the Doctor, but I made it with my mom, and I think she might be camera shy, which is why I don't like doing it around them, because I don't want them to be on camera. Like that one video I did with my nan, that was only a simple thing. She didn't really mind that, right? But with my parents, I don't know how they're going to feel about being on camera, if they're going to like it or not. So that's why I choose to do this. Like, I'll record while they're here, like my videos, but I won't record a Cooking with the Doctor while they're here. So anyway, this is what it should look like once it's all done. And then put it in the bowl over there with the onion, and we'll be on to the next item. So next we're going to have our mushrooms. So here we go with that. We're going to cut them up really tiny, and let me show you. Let me take this one mushroom and show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to take it and cut it about... So I just had one mushroom, and I just cut it like about into a couple pieces like that. So each one of these mushrooms is going to be cut like that. Then I'm going to put it over in the bowl. Then after, I'm going to wipe this down and do the pork chops. So let's continue on. Okay, next I got my pork chops here. I'm going to cut it up. Got another one down there. And this time I'm going to use everything. You don't need to even cut any fat off, because this is the best part about putting it in this thing. whatever you want to call it. You want to call it microwave oven, whatever. You don't need to take any fat because all this is going to cook and it's going to taste good, like even the fat. Fat's going to crisp and it's going to taste like part of the pork chop. It's not even going to be like in the way. Like if you was to do it in a frying pan, you would probably have to cut it off because it would taste too fatty. But in this, it's not going to taste like that at all. So I'm going to cut this all up first. Leave some on the bone, which is okay. Because I learned that you can put the bone in there as well. And that won't do anything. That will actually make the pork chop taste just as good. So we're going to do that. So I'm cutting it right now, and after I've done cutting it all, we're going to see. I'll show you one more step before I put it in that. So I'll be right back in a sec. Okay, so I got it all cut. Now you may wonder, why am I not cooking it yet? Well, that's very simple. We got one more step we need to do. We need to put some meat tenderizer on it. We also need to put some onion powder on it as well. It'll make it taste really, really good. Trust me on this. So you're going to take your meat tenderizer, like this kind here. That. You're going to take it and sprinkle, just not too much, just a little bit, like this. Like that. Just like sprinkle it like that. Like even if it looks like that's a lot on there, just sprinkle it like this. All around until it looks like that. You're only going to do it for one side, by the way. Just letting you know, only do it for one side. Don't do it on both. Then you're going to take your onion powder and you're going to sprinkle it as well around. Now, I did get a lot on that, but that's okay. Now I'll buff out once I put it in here. So, I'm going to put it in there and start cooking it. So, I'll show you what it looks like once it's done cooking. Put it in for 30 minutes, and then come back, check on it, take it all out, and then that's when you have to decide what you're going to do next. If you're going to put that on it, put it in there longer, and that. So I'll show you if I have enough time, if my parents are home. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes, or around 30 minutes. You're going to want to take all this out. So you're going to want to probably use a fork for this, otherwise it's going to be really hot. So take each individual piece out till all of it is out. Put it on a paper towel, and then what you're going to want to do is take this thing out, which you can, and I'll show you now in a second. That you take this thing out, you clean it, and then you can put it back in, and then you put your toppings on it, like the onion, the mushrooms. So I'm struggling to get some of it out because once it's been in there for like 30 minutes, it gets greasy, but it helps because now the grease is going to be out of it. So that's the good thing, is now that I've done this, the grease is going to be gone. So now I can focus on just putting that other stuff in now. So it's pretty much clean. It's pretty much all out now. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it in here and wash it, and then I'm going to put it back in and put stuff on. Okay, so now you're going to just take your toppings and you're going to just chuck it all in there. Then after that, we're going to see what happens when it's done. So you're going to put it all in here, like so. Get it all out. Make sure it's not completely on there. Some of it will get stuck in there and you'll phase it all out, but that's okay. Once this is all done in my plate, I'm going to go down to my room and do a review of this. So we'll see that in a bit. So take one last look at it, Put it on for around, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll see. So once it's done, this is what it should look like. You'll have your pork chop, and you'll have all this stuff on top. I don't have a lot of time, because I'm really busy, so I'll give it a, 3 out of 5, because it's not perfect, so it's, basically almost neutral. And, that's it. So, that's going to be it for this Cooking with Doctor. I'm going to eat this, I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll see you next time on another Cooking with the Doctor.